Do you want to know what's coming up for 2026? I'm going to do a collective year ahead reading. This is obviously a different collective from the one I did last time. So if you did stumble across it last time and it didn't resonate, then this one could be for you. Okay, these are available. They're available in the winter sale, just £12, same day guaranteed. You know where to go, and if you don't, get off social media. Good grief. Right, anyway, it's one card per month. We're obviously starting in January because I'm doing 2026, and we'll see where it goes. Don't forget, people, please repost, comment, like. It's not hard. It's really not hard. Right, oh dear, right, January. King of Swords in the reverse. Swords are where we think words we use. Court cards can be an energy within ourselves, can be the energy of somebody else around us. Kings are masculine energy, queens are feminine energy. In tarot, we talk about energy, not gender. King of Swords in the upright position is a good ruler and leader. It's how I describe my reading style. Blunt, direct, to the point. It's to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Reverse position. If this is yourself, negative self-talk, self-doubt, but being really heavy with it. Really, really heavy with it. The other way we can go is that you've got a person or a collective in your energy who are manipulating the situation. The King of Swords for me, paranoid, also narcissistic tendencies. So not the best start to the year for this collective. Right, February. The Fool. So the Fool's the very first card in the tarot deck. The Fool isn't a fool. The Fool is called a fool because he gets his bag, little bumpy dog down at the bottom, goes off wandering. Yeehaw, leap of faith card, starting a brand new cycle. Because that's come out, I feel like the King of Swords is someone or something else, and you've had enough. You're like, I've got to get out of here. March. Moon card in the reverse. Right, so by taking the leap of faith, you're going to start getting some clarity and answers. And what I always say, right, so let's go through it first off. So the moon card in the upright position talks about the unknowns. It's when we feel like something's off and we can't put a finger on it, or we're scrabbling around looking for the piece of the jigsaw and we can't get it all together. The moon card in the upright position says there's no point looking yet. Now, as I always say with the moon card in the upright position, it's about having a bit of blind faith, okay? And oftentimes when you take that leap of faith in the Fool, or you start something new in the Three of Wands, the answers come through and you start to get clarity. And that's what's happening here. Moon in the reverse. So the moon card in the reverse is when you start getting some answers. Okay. It does often come through in our dreams, hence the moon. And it will come from one of three places. Either something in your unconscious gets unlocked, message from spirit, or message from the universe. Now, if it does come through in dream state, these dreams will be vivid, but they'll be weird and cryptic. So if you can, do as I say, not as I do, because I'm a really light sleeper. Keep a dream journal, dictaphone, etc. You know, most people have got voice recorders on the phone these days. Just say keywords, phrases that come through from that dream, and if it takes a bit of time to unpick, it's going to make life easier, right? Right, let's shove those over a bit. April. Two of Swords. Swords are where we think words we use. You're the lady there, cross swords, decisions, left path, right path, stick or twist. Problem is she's got blindfold on, so whatever this information is that comes through, you're going to bury your head in the sand about it, and it's going to stagnate you. May. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Cups, water, emotions. Queen's feminine energy. Queen of Cups in the upright position is in her feminine power. She's taking control of herself on an emotional level. She knows when to give it. She knows when to not. All right. Reverse position, emotionally unstable now. Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly. June. Queen of Wands. Wands, fire action. Queen's feminine energy again. So Queen of Wands is about actually being in your feminine power. And being in your feminine power is about knowing your worth and value in any given situation. Okay. It's about not chasing, attracting. Right. So let's quickly go through it. How do you step into your feminine power? Well, it's about accepting yourself and loving yourself. Right. I'm going to use myself as an example, as always. I'm going to use love. Right. So when it comes to love, I understand and I give unconditional love. What does that mean? You would lay your life down without a shadow of a doubt, without a question. Right. Now, people would say, oh, no, you can't unconditionally love your partner. Shit, you're not my person, are you? And it's about instilling your good points, your bad points, and your cringe points, right? So I think that that's a good point. Other good points, I like to get my partner flowers on a Friday if I can, right? Because it's a nice thing to do. Bad points, well, I'm autistic, okay? So there's things I can't change. So sometimes I hit overload. As I've said, I wouldn't be able to handle a partner who's a professional tarot reader. This is mine. This is mine. And I know that's not a good quality to have, but it's part of who I am. So I have to accept it. Okay. Bad qualities, if you want to change them, you change them for yourself, nobody else, right? The most important one as well, I say the most important, they're all important, excuse me, but another important one, and this is what stumbles people, this is what holds people back. Accepting your cringe points, not caring what people say, stepping into your authenticity, accepting the way you look, accepting the way you act, accepting the way you behave, and just going, this is me. You either love me, you hate me, I don't care. If somebody doesn't like you, why are they creeping around on you? Why are they monitoring you? Why are they keeping an eye on you? That says more about them than it does you, right? They've got a problem. They've got mental health problems if they're doing that, and they need to seek help. You accept who you are, right? And then you sit back in it. You don't chase, you attract. You want this, you come and get it. You turn it right. No pages, no knights. Only a king's off order, and an upright king at that. No king of swords in the reverse. So I'm a little bit hesitant to say that's you, because you're in the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So I feel it's more that there could be somebody who's inspiring you to do that. Right, July. Yeah, somebody else. Eight of Swords. Swords there where we think words were used. So you're the lady there bound and blindfolded. Now, bring it forward. You just about notice you can't see your arms. Can't see your arms because behind the back, shoulder onto the rope, shoulder onto the rope. And we'll take the blindfold off. Self-imposed restriction, still burying her head in the sand. It feels like that Queen of Wands is a friend or a family member or somebody who's going to come in, is going to be like, try and pep talk you, try and coach you into getting that energy, but you're still not gonna listen. Right, August. Six of Wands in the reverse. So story of this card is some great war going off. This village been out to a local battle. They've won. They've returned back to the village. They're celebrating. They know the great war is yet to be won, but they know about celebrating the little wins along the way. Boost morale of the troops. Reverse position. Feeling like we've got nothing to celebrate. October. Is that right? No. August, September. Sun card. Sun card, fixed card. It's the most positive card in the deck. It means the birth of something new. Now, we're going to have to be super careful with this because there's nothing here to indicate that you've done any hard work to trigger the Sun card. All right. So it can indicate pregnancy. It might not be you, could be somebody else. Yeah, that's the only way I can go at the moment. Either that or you're going on holiday. October. Emperor. Right, so we've got the Emperor here. So the Emperor is what we call the divine masculine. He's like the kings, but he's combined. He's a good ruler, he's a good leader, he's wise, he's knowledgeable, he's firm but fair, he's not afraid of fighting, he's not afraid of change. If this is a love-based reading, then this is a divine counterpart type connection here. Doesn't have to be love, though. November. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're the figure on the bench there, banging away the pentacles. He knows he's not master of his skill yet, but he's happy to go through that process. Not got too far to go either. It's an 8, just needs to get to 10. Reverse position, grinding away, getting frustrated. December. 7 of Cups, Cups, water emotions. Okay, so you're the shadowy figure there, big cloud out the cloud, 7 Cups. Out of every cup, there's something different. Talks about an abundance of opportunities on an emotional level. It can talk about your manifestations and your wish fulfillment. So it's a little bit of a tricky one to read this, right? So with that 7 of Cups, I feel it's more like opportunities, good opportunities next December to try and get you out of this frustrated energy. So, right. It's a hard one to read. So you're in a King of Swords connection or energy. And I'm going to say with the Fool card, there's a desire to take a leap of faith in a new direction. Some information or clarity is going to come through about the situation, but you're going to go into denial. Okay. You're then going to get upset. Somebody's going to try and coax you out. Somebody's going to try and kind of coach you on being a Queen of Wands, but you're not going to get it. You're not going to listen. You're going to keep the restrictions on. You're going to keep the blinkers on. And you're going to end up feeling like you've got nothing to celebrate. The Sun card, I'm not sure which way to go with that, to be honest with you, because like I say, when you read tarot as a tarot reader, you read the cards, the only real way that we can go, because it's not going to be anything like, oh, this is it, because you don't get your abundance, you don't get your manifestations until you've triggered some change, and there's no change here. Emperor, that's somebody else, right? And it feels like, again, that they've come in to try and help you. Now, masculine energies won't hold your hand because they know that you've got to learn your lessons yourself. It feels like the Empress, it feels like the Sun card in the Emperor, it's like a couple of months of inspiration but then you're going to get frustrated by it. So the universe is going to go, for fuck's sake, right, here's some opportunities. The next task will be to choose one of those and go with it. As it stands at the moment, I'm not sure this collective will do it. So if it was work, for example, let's say you're in an environment where you're being kind of manipulated, you're being put down, etc., and you go, right, I'm going to go in a new direction. But then you have this kind of divine download that says, no, the idea you've got for work, you're supposed to be doing something else, and it could be quite heavy. So you go into denial. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm useless. Blah 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 blah. And then later on in the year, somebody else comes in. This new opportunity, this new person comes in to try and coach you. But again, you just go into frustration. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Blah, blah, blah. So there's some changes that need to be happen there. Now this is collective. Don't be tight because there is an algorithm at play. Like I say, 12 quid. We can do yours specifically. Get them in.